Welcome to the Bucnover, Episode 2, Game 2, Pittsburgh Pirates, St. Louis Cardinals in Busch Stadium. We had Miles Mikolas, we had Mitch Keller, we had the over-under total at 8 runs, we had Brian Hayes' actual season debut, we had PitchComs and replays. We had a decent amount to talk about. But let's get into it. Let's clear the deck. So, game recap. We'll kind of go as we score runs, and we'll kind of talk about it as I'm looking at it, trying to get to that 8-run mark. The first inning looked really good for the Pirates. Miles Mikolas had 41 pitches. It was single. Daniel Vogelback beat out an infield single because he's a speed demon. Anybody who says differently is lying to you. Brian Reynolds and Brian Hayes, solid, great hitters, single. Yoshi, sac fly, drove him in. And then Miles got out of it, unfortunately. Bottom of the inning, Arenado doubled home Dylan Carlson, made it 1-1, bringing our total to 2. Third inning, after Hayes hit a nice double in the gap, opposite field like he likes to go, right center, Yoshi singled to drive him in, 2-1. And then we had Arenado again singling home Goldschmidt, make it 2-2. And then Mitch had a mistake pitch up, and Paul DeYoung made him pay for it. 2-run home run, 4-2 cards. 4-2 cards. Cardinals? I don't know. I wrote cards. I should never do that because Cardinals is way better. The fifth inning, Corey Dickerson singled home Arenado. And if you're noticing a trend here, it's that Nolan Arenado is a good baseball player. But that's no surprise to anybody who roots for or against the Cardinals. That made it 5-2. And in the sixth inning, Arenado again doubled home Goldschmidt, 6-2. That little combo there of Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt really going to drive some people crazy this season. Luckily, we're getting our medicine early this year. So that was the end of the game, 6-2. There were some chances for the Pirates towards the end of the game, but they just couldn't capitalize. Resulted in a push. So we're 1-0-1 in our overs bets. We're still looking for that first win on our road to 65. But, it's early in the season. There's going to be lots of opportunities. After tomorrow's game, they're home for 2 against the Cubs and 4 against the Nationals. And the Nationals are, I think, currently 0-3 against the Mets. So opportunities there for wins, which we will love to see, especially I think I'm going to the game either Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know yet. But if you follow on Twitter or on YouTube, I update all that stuff all the time. Okay, let's get into a little bit of the details. Like I said, Miles, 41 pitches in the first inning. Location issues. Pirates couldn't capitalize fully, but they did get a run. Mitch struggled a little bit in the first inning, but he bounced back nicely in the second. The third inning kind of was a struggle for him, and then he bounced back nicely in the fourth. So on, off. Mitch had 70 pitches. It was, 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, couple walks, about 4 strikeouts. He had that mistake home run pitch. Not a great outing, not a terrible outing. I think that's pretty much where Mitch is. His fastball looked good. It was up in the high 90s, 96 to 98, consistent. And I think he just has to have those kind of outings, 6 innings. He gave up a couple runs. You get some run support. I think he'll be all right. Solid 3 guy. Nothing wrong with that. I don't think he's going to be an ace. I don't think he's going to be relegated to the bullpen. I think he'll be right in the middle, and that's not a bad place to be. Brian Hayes, his actual debut, he had a single, had a double, had a walk. He looked phenomenal defensively, had a nice play over to third. He threw home to save a run. And we also got to see Roansy Contreras enter in the game. 44 pitches, inning and 2/3. Gave up a couple runs, gave up a couple walks. The stats weren't there, but if you watched the game and you saw his slider, how it moved, it's electric. I'm so excited by him. I'm excited for him to start starting, but it probably won't be for a while. Last year, he only had 61 innings pitched, so it may be a while before his arm gets warmed up. So maybe August, September, he might be into that more out of that long bullpen role into a starter role. But next year, he's going to be awesome. Really looking forward to that. Most of the podcasts you will see and you'll notice is about the future, because that's where we're at with the Pirates. That's okay. Speaking of the future, Diego Castillo had his first major league hit. It was a nice double, right center field in the gap. His dad got to see it. It was a pretty nice moment. You always love to see when the family gets to witness their first anything, home run, major league hit, strikeout. When they cut to the family in the stands, it's always nice, because a lot of the hard work, sacrifice comes from the parents as well as the players. And David Bednar was in. He gave up a hit and then double play, strikeout. No big deal. He came in the 8th just to kind of get some work in, I think. All in all, I think pretty lackluster effort. I mean, they got a couple runs. Their pitching looked pretty sketchy up and down. I will say with the pitching, though, the PitchCom that people are using, the catchers are using, I like it. It increases the pace of play. After a strikeout and they throw the ball around the diamond, the catcher can just send the play right, or the pitch right into the pitcher's ear. Say, this is what we're doing, and it just speeds it up. There's no more like guessing up fingers, no more trying to figure out, oh no, I'm shake that off. Oh, our signs are mixed up. Let me come out and talk to you. And from everything I've read about the PitchComs, you can customize it to say whatever voice you want and any language you want. And it's, I think it's pretty neat. I think it's going to accelerate it, especially maybe some of the older fans won't understand it, but the young players that have been using it, I think they'll like it. And I appreciate how I can already tell that the pace of play is speeding up. Pitchers are ready to go, batters are ready to go, and it's not a big, guess fest. And then the replay, something I didn't know I needed or wanted, the umpires announcing to the fans, hey, we're overturning this play, or this is what's under review. It's a lot of the times it was the announcers kind of guessing, oh, I think we're challenging this player. I'm not really sure. Do you think he's safe? Do you think he's safe? That kind of debate. But then when they announce it, I mean, the NFL has been doing it for years. NHL picked it up a couple years ago. But yeah, to have just that announcement, it's kind of, I didn't know I needed it, and I'm glad it's there. I like to hear them say this is overturned, play stands, whatever. And it's just kind of a confirmation. There's no ambiguity. There's no he's motioning safe, but what were they even challenging? Yeah, those were kind of my takeaways from the game. A lot of balls hit to Harrison Bader in center field. That's a random thought that I had during the game. I'm going to try to sprinkle those in from time to time, just random thoughts. Harrison Bader, I think I'm going to look that up and maybe tweet that out. But, So tomorrow, 2:15 game Eastern, Bryce Wilson, Steven Matz, both players last year on different teams. Bryce came over, I believe, midway through the season from Atlanta to the Pirates, and then Steven Matz obviously signed in the free agent market this year with the Cardinals. So the over-under for tomorrow is 8. So we're looking again for 8 runs. So far, if the trend continues, the Cardinals will be doing most of the work, and the Pirates will just hopefully supplant a couple runs here and there to push that over. But we're looking for the win. We're looking to get on the board on our road to 65. And follow along all season. We're going to keep this up. We're going to keep updating. I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube. I'm on TikTok. All at thebucnover. All this stuff's in the description below. And until the next one, we didn't win today, but there's always tomorrow.